This episode of Haktip is brought to you by GoToAssist. Welcome to Haktip, the show where we break down concepts, tools, and techniques for hackers, gurus, and IT ninjas. I'm Shannon Morse, and today I'm checking out Netcat for port scanning. But first off, let's back it up just a little bit. I got a question at tips@hack5.org that said, what defines a banner? So I wanted to go ahead and clarify that a little bit. Last week we discussed banner grabbing with Netcat, which will give you a bit of information about any server or port. When talking about networking, this will basically glean info about a system on a network and services running on its open ports. Admins can use this to take inventory of networks and services on their network. Alternatively, an intruder, on the other hand, can use banner grabbing to find network hosts that are running systems with known exploits. Some service ports used for banner grabbing include those used by HTTP, FTP, and SMTP, and those are ports 80, 21, and 25 respectively. Now, to prevent exploits, network admins should restrict access to servers and shut down unused or unnecessary services running on network hosts. A banner specifically is simply the text that is embedded with a message that is received from that host during a banner grab. So that's what we showed you last week. This week we are going to check out port scanning, and it kind of builds on top of banner grabbing as well. So first off, what is a port? Ports are application-specific or process-specific software constructs serving as communication endpoints in a host's operating system. The port is associated with an IP address of the host and the type of protocol used for communication. You can uniquely identify different applications or processes running on a single computer or server with a port, which will enable them to share a single physical connection to a packet switch network, like the internet's. There are port numbers between 0 and 65535 with 0 reserved, and typically anything under port 1025 requires root or admin privileges. Now, I wanted to go ahead and take a look at this website, which lists all the TCP and UDP port numbers. So let's say I want to play some Doom. Doom is unofficially on port 666. Go figure. But usually if you're running Apache on port 80 or something like that, you have to have sudo to go ahead and set it up. So you'll find out that many folks will actually use port 8080 or something like that to set up a server, which is basically a quick and dirty way to get around that rule about reserved ports. Now, the protocols that use ports are called transport layer protocols, including TCP and UDP, such as the website, both of the Internet Protocol suite. Some widely used port numbers include 20 and 21 for FTP, 22 for SSH, and 80 for HTTP, and 25 for SMTP. Now let's go ahead and take a quick break and do some port scans right after. In IT, issues can pop up at any moment. Unexpected user problems, network and server complications, viruses, and staying on top of it all is really challenging, and it's kind of stressful too. That's why I'm excited about GoToAssist by Citrix. All the services that you need are integrated into one simple cloud-based toolset, so you can take control of your unpredictable IT world. So this is how it works. GoToAssist monitoring helps you quickly identify potential issues at their source before they become big problems. It has built-in customizable dashboards that display the performance of all networks, servers, and desktops. It's proactive too. It alerts you and ensures that you are the first to know about any issues before they become real problems. Now, with GoToAssist remote support, you can provide live or unattended support to any PC, Mac, or mobile device from pretty much anywhere, and you can easily keep track of it all from the GoToAssist service desk. I highly recommend GoToAssist. With all the traveling that I do, I go to conventions, I'm visiting my family, I try to take vacations when I can. I can't always be in my office. So using GoToAssist lets me work from home and connect on the go, so I don't have to deal with long commutes going through San Francisco traffic, because that's no fun. So you can sign up for your special 30-day free trial today. Visit GoToAssist.com, click on the Try It Free button, and use the promo code HACK. That's GoToAssist.com and promo code HAK. And we're back! Now, when you think of port scanning, what programs come to mind? Angry IP Scanner, Nmap? Do you actually think of Netcat? While it's not as advanced as some programs for port scanning, Netcat can perform basic capabilities and can even obfuscate the source of a port scan. Today we'll go over a basic port scan and explain the command. Now, as opposed to file transfers, doing a port scan requires only one computer, which is going to be your client. So you can use this syntax that I'll type into my computer to actually do a port scan with Netcat. So we'll type in nc tac-v tac-w1 and then the port IP address 10.73.31.9. This is a Wi-Fi Pineapple running in our office. tac-z and then 1 through 1000. Those are the ports I want to scan. And press enter. Takes a few seconds because port scanning is rather slow. And once it's done, you can see which ports are open on this Wi-Fi Pineapple. We have a POP3 and an IMAP port open, 995 and 993. Now, let me go ahead and run through the syntax real quick. NC actually opens Netcat, tac-v is verbose, and in this case, it indicates the open ports that the scan uncovers. tac-w1 tells Netcat to wait 1 second between scans to find out if they are actually open or closed. And then the IP address is the target that you want to scan. In this case, it's our Wi-Fi Pineapple. tac-z tells Netcat to operate in 0 IO mode. That 0 input-output mode in this case speeds up the process of executing the port scan by ignoring any latency baked in by the program to account for delays in the CPU. And then the last part, 1 through 1000, tells Netcat to scan the range of ports from 1 through 1000. Now, I noticed that only 2 things it stated are actually open on this. I'm going to try it again and I'm going to change a couple of things. So instead of doing 1 through 1000, I'm going to choose to scan ports 19 through 25, and I'm going to give it 2 seconds to scan those instead of just 1. Press enter again, and you'll wait a few seconds. Okay, so this time we see, and adding a couple of seconds helped me in this case. I see that I have SMTP and SSH open on 25 and 22 respectively. Now this is only going to target TCP ports, not UDP ports, but if you want to include UDP as well, you can. You can add tac-u switch to the actual syntax. You can also include tac-n, which will bypass the name resolution. It reduces your footprint in the logs. Now Netcat uses DNS to look up the IP address of a host, but you can also use host names as well. It's kind of interesting. Now I want to see you guys try it yourself. Try adding different options to your port scan, attempt scans on several IP addresses to see what you come up with. We actually found a few surprises when we were doing some example scans earlier in our office. It's pretty fun. Now, do you use Netcat for port scanning? Send me a comment below or email us tips@hack5.org. And be sure to check out our sister show Hack5 for more great stuff just like this. I'll be there reminding you to trust your technolist and happy holidays. It's a ugly Christmas fest. Look! You can see through my Christmas tree. Happy holidays! I'm disappearing. Oh my god! You can see through my head. Look at the Christmas tree. It's amazing.